It's gonna be cold. Well, look at it. Okay, we're looking at the live camera. Shout out to WISN showing us these live views of the weather, y'all. Hey, look, wrap up, bundle up, take your immunity medicines, your everything you do, your elderberries, your vitamin E's. Call and recommend anything you got for us here and across, because a lot of people been sick lately. I've been seeing. I have had families of friends, and we even talked about it, respiratories, and yeah, and the flu, and even the what's the that that stomach virus that everybody was just getting recently too.
The RSV, it was RSV.
Yeah, you had the RSV, but not even those, just the that too. That's been rough for people. So we had the flu, the RSV been going on, and then you had the stomach virus that's been going on a lot lately. Wash your hands, folks. Wash your hands, please. Good morning.
That's a must.
Yes, it's a fact, because we used to. Ooh, well, you go to one of them events. I'm telling you, we all just seen it. Go to Pfizer or any of these events, boy, they be running up out there not washing their hands.
Yeah, and you see it a lot. You be like, man, don't shake my hand.
Man, I remember.
I don't no longer do since COVID. I don't do the handshaking thing. It's more of a bump.
Yeah.
And then I even know how to protect my whole being by hugging you like that.
Yeah, you don't want no chest to chest. Don't put
chest, none of that.
No, I mean, it's just happening so quick. You could be inside. A friend of mine, she had went to go get her maintenance done on her car the other day, and she was in there, and it was one of those situations where you about to get sick after. So you're in the room with somebody and they got that hawk and that one that's in the chest where you're like, oh yeah, that's contagious. That's the contagious one. She knew it.
Don't that be? That's what I was finna say.
She knew it too.
You off when somebody actually know it and they be just still.
No, but she was her, and then my friend knew that she knew that it was.
I get mad, and I will tell you, like
she knew which level of that cough it was. Right. She knew it was that contagious one. She knew it was that one, and you could tell that person needed to. And guess what? She's been sick ever since. She's been sick for like a week now. Since she's been up there to get her maintenance.
The dentist. He was sitting there, and when I first was finna sit down, and I heard him coughing, I kindly just moved way on down to the other end, and he sat there, and he was, the seats be back to back.
Yeah.
In some offices. And he was sitting there just coughing over the poor little lady. I was like, this is a mess.
What I've seen someone go to the buffet and cough over the food.
Really?
Yes, and then they get upset when somebody say something to them.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's grounds to get checked on whatever level that person, whoever. I don't even care how soft or hard they say it to you. You can come up to him and be like, hey, that was really out of line. Or you can come up to him and be like, nah, no, you should be out of here. Shouldn't be at this.
Because parents gave you any giant raising. Ain't no way in the world that you should know how to cover your mouth when you cough. And especially over a buffet.
You should look. I think that you should stay home.
You're doing that intentionally.
Don't go to no buffet if you sick.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people go to buffets underneath all types of ailments. Sick and don't. And even the ones that know, like, but I'm just thinking, like, going to the dentist, like you said, I'll cancel that unless it's urgent where you're like, man, you gotta get that pulled out or you're gonna pass out or something gonna happen to your health. Outside of that, if it can be pushed back, you should want to wait until you completely healed anyway, because the body will respond better to the dental work
and
healing your mouth.
And I thought about the dentist too. I try to be mindful of people. I want to be sick coughing in his face because he got to
over
be
that
all
or the hygienist, right? Over that or the hygienist that coming in prior to it, because they doing a lot of
your mouth and give you the X-rays and
because sometimes they in there with you longer than the dentist is, depending on the work you're getting done.
Yeah.
So let's just be mindful, y'all. I think we all just saying that, just be mindful who we around and making sure we're being cautious, especially being around our elders during this time.
Try not to spread germs 6 feet apart. Still use your.
Just be cautious and mindful of that still, right?
Yeah. Still use your sanitizing sprays.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ain't feeling good, put a mask on. Mm-hmm. But we got a caller on the air. Caller, you on the air?
Yeah, just want to let you know.
Can't hear you, brother.
Oh man, we can't hear you, my brother.
You must be in the bad area.
Who's she?
You must be.
Say again.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. That's better.
Yes.
Okay.
Turn your radio off.
Radio's off.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you. The reason that we're getting sick, man, is this meat, this chicken. this beef, and nobody. If you really want to cut that, what's in your body, you're gonna have to start drinking real lemon juice in your water.
That's a good tip. That is a very good tip because that is really
It-
true.
Yeah, because what we're doing is we're getting so much sugar into our body. It's just welcoming, breaking down your defense to where you can't fight it off. So exercising that. But I also have a drink that I want to come down to the station actually and share with you guys.
Okay.
Organic fruit and vegetable drink. I live by it and won't die by it.
All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Thanks for calling in for the tip.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's important. You got to have everything antioxidants and anything that can fight against it. We know that for sure, big time. And if we don't,
Mhm.
and if you don't know, you know what I'm saying, we'll make sure that we keep enlightening during this, flu
Vitamin
season.
C,
Yeah.
zinc,
Yep. Everything
yes,
that
elderberries. Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you something else too that a lot of people really don't know. If you do like a fruit diet for like 60 days, just fruit and water, you'll be surprised all of the illness that will leave your body. So not only the weight that you will lose, but the illness and how much your body will repair itself. And I'm a living witness because I could show you a picture right now. I was 295, almost 300 some pounds. And I did the fruit thing and lost all of that weight.
Okay.
Along with a little dash of the apple cider vinegar. So I would do the organic apple cider vinegar and water, and the weight fell off. The pre-diabetes, all of the pain I was having in my body went away. So it's really, and he's right, it's about the stuff you put in your body, because these meats and stuff that they injecting with steroids, and some of this meat hold mucus, which put mucus in your body, and that's how we get sick is through the mucus. So
inflammation.
Mhm.
yeah.
Inflammation is how people need to look at fruits and vegetables and different supplements you could take that can cut down inflammation, because that's why a lot of people have so many ailments right now. It's because they have a lot of inflammation. And you can see, I mean, we've seen that puffiness in people we know, and we could tell that they weren't doing well because their body had a lot of inflammation in it.
Mhm.
It's just a fact, and that just
And
comes
cut out sodas.
sugar,
Yeah,
high,
sugar.
anything high in
Sugar,
sugar.
yeah,
High
high in
sugar
sugar.
is a major killer, and a lot of
Mhm.
us enjoy these sugary snacks, but we gotta be mindful of it, and then look at substitutes too. A lot of that stuff you can either find as a substitute, or you can find ingredients to make it in a healthier way for yourself. And for you that may not be engaged in like the TikTok world and the Instagram world, have your young adult kids and grandkids, individuals that are around you, pull up healthy options for some of your guilty pleasures that you want to cut, that
Mhm.
that may be bothering you. Yeah, there's ways to make fried chicken now that may not be chicken. You may not like it all the way. There's ways to make a steak. If you shouldn't be eating a lot of steak or a lot of red meat, there are ways to eat mushrooms that you can whip up to make it look just like a steak now. They got different ways to make vegetables and different fruit, and it can be a challenge. But these vegan restaurants all across the city and across the country have great dishes. I mean, they do a whole vegan fest, in Chicago, Black Vegan Fest in Hyde Park. That's pretty popular in the summertime. That has an amazing turnout. But it's an adjustment from the meat proteins that we used to. If you know that your body needs to get away from some of those, I know a lot of people now are saying how they're getting away from certain chicken and a lot
Beef.
of people, beef,
Mhm.
and the main thing, that pork that I'm definitely not
Yeah.
rocking with, but that's already been a major killer in our community for hundreds of years. Now for sure we know over 60, 70 years, but
Now I can say to y'all, I do eat only pork I eat. I'm not gonna say I do eat a lot of pork. I don't eat pork chops, pork butt steaks, ham hocks, no, what you call them, salted,
Pork skins.
pork skins, soft pork. That's what I was trying to say. But I do eat ham in the morning with my eggs. ham and eggs.
Yeah, no, not even
Sam
that for me.
Ham.
Yeah. You can have your Sam I am green eggs and ew. That took me back to kindergarten when they did that. I never forget when they did that in kindergarten. It was green eggs and ham. They did for Dr. Seuss. Wow, that's a flashback, boy. I just had it in my head right now because I didn't eat it because I was like, no, I didn't like eggs at the time in my life, and I ain't like ham back then. I didn't like ham as a kid either. I probably ate it when I was real young, but I didn't eat it at like 4. I got something for y'all. A couple things for the city and for the Milwaukee County and surrounding areas. Me and Toya was trying to figure out, what angle. We had a guest this week, but she had some things she had to take care of. So we'll be having that guest on next week to discuss their organization and what they're doing in the community. I know that there are some. Toya, I know we was looking at it. There are some races and some early voting starts today. Was it start today? The early voting starts today. So we do have there's a list of candidates for Wisconsin. This looks like for the superintendent of public instruction. You have 3 people in that race, or maybe 4, 5. Oh, it's more candidates I was expecting. Okay, so we do for the state candidates. You have the incumbent Jill Underly, nonpartisan. She's on the ballot in the primary. You have Brittany Kinzer, who's a Wisconsin superintendent of public instruction. If you need to write these names down, let me know or give us a call. We'll make sure we get that to you. And also, you can check these out on ballotpedia.com as well. Or is it .com or .gov? I believe it's .com. Yeah, .org, excuse me. Ballotpedia.org. Next after that, we have Jeff Wright, nonpartisan. He's running for that superintendent position. Susan Crawford, we do have for Wisconsin Supreme Court, who's on the ballot. We have Brad Schimmel, who's running nonpartisan. That's Wisconsin Supreme Court. Mark Gundrum, Wisconsin Court of Appeals, District 2. And again, these are state candidates. We also have Lisa K. Stark, running for Wisconsin Court of Appeals, District 3. And then lastly, we have Jennifer Nashho, running for Wisconsin District of Court of Appeals 4 as well. And then that right there was just looking at what you see as far as the state candidates. And of course, we have some local races as well. I know there's a special election to Jonathan Bostroff's. That would be a special election, correct? Broshoff. Isn't it? I said it right. Right. Okay, cool. And that was a special election that was called due to the unexpected passing of the alderman Bostroff. So following his death, the seat has been held that seat since 2022, and of course he served in the state assembly and ran for the common council after the former alderman Nick Kovic joined Mayor Cavalier Johnson's administration as a budget director. So District 3, as you know, if you don't know, but I'm sure a lot of you do know, because we have some really smart listeners over here at WNOV. It runs approximately from East Pleasant Street north to the city limits of East Edgewood Avenue, from Lake Michigan west to North Fratney Street. The district regularly has the highest turnout in city election. The top 2 getters will advance to vote getters will advance to a general election on April 1st. Yeah, the primary field has drawn for the first time. Is pretty packed. One candidate they do have entered the race with endorsement from Mayor Cavalier Johnson, and also and this has been reported by Urban Milwaukee. Thank you for this. By Bostroff's wife, his widow, Diana Bang Bostroff. So one of the candidates, Daniel Bowman, he already has some endorsements behind him.
Okay. You said Daniel Bowman?
Yeah, Bowman, Bauman. So as far as the candidates, and I'll just give these names again, and then we'll just go to our next topics. But we have for the District 3 candidates, we have Josh Anderson, and you can find these on urbanmilwaukee.com if you are interested in looking for these. Daniel Bowman, If you have any, or if you need any of these names spelled or pronounced to you, just let us know. Alex Brower, Franco Ferrante, I believe. I hope I said that right. Excuse me for um, hacking your name if I did. Aisha Griffin, Brian Junko, Alexander Coastal, and Nasser Musa. So those are the names that we have on the ballot for this District 3. If you live in that area, just be aware or pay attention to those or research and see who fits you and what would be the or of course who would be the candidate that you think that would be the suitable for that area. So any comments from Miss Latoya over here? How you feel about that? What you think? What you
I
think? How
think
you
it's
think that's gonna go?
full race, variety of people.
They got a
You
nice
really,
8 candidates.
yeah, you really got to do your homework and see who aligns with your um issues and
Yeah.
and what you want to see improved in your community.
Yeah, and that's one of those areas that's highly trafficked. We love to go out there and hang out. When I say we, I mean the people of Milwaukee love to go to that area. Whoever comes over in that area, whoever is in that area, you have to, make sure that they're aligning with what the people of the neighborhood is saying, of course, and then also be open to new ideas. Milwaukee, come on, aldermans, come on, special officials, people who got pulled, and let's take our city to the next level in areas, and let's stop all this suppression of our city. I don't care if you are elected official or not. If you are purposely suppressing our city to keep your pockets fat, it's time to stop. And that may not be appropriate. That's Brian speaking, but I'm just saying it just needs to end because we're not going to do nothing but keep having the same cycles. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you at, whether you're going to District 3 or District 4 or 8 or whatever, let's make sure that you're doing right by the city and doing what you can, and don't be swayed by too much of the influence, because it's just the same broken record that we keep hearing, and it's very frustrating to the people of Milwaukee, especially the ones that are looking for growth. Bring jobs in, use this land that we got around the city, try to pitch for that, try to find connections with organizations outside the city to bring money in so we can have more jobs, bring in more transportation, bring in more people of IT, bring in more areas of that to the north side, northwest side of the city. We got all this land, all these open spots. Let these folks come in so we can get this money and let these folks live how they're supposed to in this city, myself included. And I'm speaking for north, northwest side, south side, southwest side, wherever, all in between. But there's too many open space in this city, and there's too much money out here for us not to start looking like Milwaukee can't be the next forefront for IT. Come on now. It's too much land, transportation, whatever. Having a more uptown, upscale area. Let's be real, y'all. Let's start putting that money. Yes, downtown is cool, great. Yes, I love downtown. Let's be real too, and just start looking at the other options. And I know I'm just, I'm being real optimistic, but I'm sure I'm thinking about is other organizations and companies, man, that could probably come in here and just kill it. I'm sure somebody in Saudi Arabia would love to come over here and do make some type of money, or whoever would come over here and like to put some money and fund something and put on the north side, northwest side, whether it's an IT company and they need a spot to build and they could bring in 1,000 jobs for, or whoever. It's just opportunities out here. I think we need to start opening up the city a little bit more and then bring these companies back. I know I was just looking at Master Lock is moving down to Illinois. Did y'all see that? So not only did they close the one over here off of Center, but they're moving their whole headquarters down to Illinois. They crossing the border.
Kohl's just closed a lot of positions.
Yeah.
But we got a caller on the air, then we're gonna go to break. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning again, guys.
Good morning.
I wanted to speak on that part about, man, he had a very valid point about what land we have here in Wisconsin. I ain't from here, but I've been living here over 20-some years and raised my kids here. So right now, Kenosha, you notice all the Asians that they bought up out there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh.
You still there?
Wait a minute. Hold up. I went to the wrong door.
Uh-oh. He doing some work. Yeah.
Yeah, they got me working, man. I mean, just yesterday I called in behind them taking off a Latino Day, you know, and it's we as indigenous right now, man. We're being separated. We're being looked over. We're not being, given the opportunities that we deserve and not only are qualified for, and it's just crazy right now. But I worked out there, man. I see it. It's they sold this land right now, and we're not getting any part of it.
Thank you so much for your tips. Thank you.
No, thank you guys, and keep on doing the job that you're doing because we need to hear you. We
All
need
right.
to get it. We need to get it out there.
All right.
All right.
I want to touch on something real quick before we go to break. Jermaine brought it up of saying how he lost weight was to go on a fruit diet. When you guys looking up these fruits, they are PLU codes, and you can look these codes up, and it'll let you know what type of fruit it is. So, like for a yellow banana, the number is 4011 is the code that would be on that banana, and that's a yellow banana. If it has a 9 prefix added to the PLU code, this lets you know that this item is organic. So that would be a organic yellow banana. Means it has no preservatives, no additives. If it's a 8 prefix added to a PLU, it specifies that it's genetically engineered. So start checking these codes and making sure that you're not eating genetically engineered food, because you do not want to eat that. That is basically engineered in a lab or something.
It's actually been created. It's
Right,
grown.
in
It's
the
not
lab.
natural.
Right.
And anything that's created, they putting stuff in that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll show it to you when we go on a commercial break. But the text that's floating around to everybody, there's a young lady that works in FDA, in the Food Drug Administration, and she works in the White House. And what I'm about to show you when we go on air is unbelievable. But I've been saying this stuff, that there's a reason behind these movements.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason behind, and even when you look at some of this meat, man, like you go to some of these places and you buy chicken, and the chicken is plastic, and I mean
The
you can,
chicken bigger
yeah,
than your hand.
but when you pull
Your
it apart,
chicken leg look like that chicken was
when
a
you pull it
hen or
apart,
something.
I've never saw real meat as stringy as it's been. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
it's like a certain texture, but then if you cook it at home, it's a different texture. But if it's chicken is chicken.
Yeah.
So why is it different if I buy it over here at a restaurant compared to when I get it from the store and cook it at home?
Now you know why? Because it depends on where it come from.
Come from.
It just depends on it. No, they don't have any
And it depends on
lab
the
made
restaurant.
vegetables and fruits in the stores yet, but they got all that rush stuff. All that stuff is just filled with pesticides and things that they spray on. But yeah, all those rushed. That's why you see, they pump them with a bunch of stuff,
steroids,
antibiotics, and steroids. That's why we see it. It's a different types of chicken processes.
Yeah,
it's just like growing weed.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
It's just like it just depends on what process.
You got the chicken that roam free, that only eat grass.
Right.
You got the
you got something clamped down and just sit clamped down in a cage, just eating. Then once they get to a certain spot, they just get whacked. And
I know I saw on Facebook the chicken, after the chicken was dead and going through the process, but they put this pump inside of the chicken. They pump the chicken up and send it down the line. So you putting all type of stuff in the chicken to make it bigger, so you can make more money off of the weight.
Yeah.
So when you weigh it up, though, you get more money, and that's the type of stuff that's killing us, because they putting all type of stuff in your body.
Yeah, definitely. So it really is a lot going on. So you gotta, like we was talking about, you gotta be mindful of what you eat and read those ingredients and take it serious about adding all this stuff into your body. Don't you notice we get cancer a lot more now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was telling somebody, man, some of the older people, they live to be 90 and 100 years old because they grew their food.
Right.
So a lot of
In
stuff
the
you see, a lot
backyard.
of these people having gardens and
Mhm.
things like that. And you would go get the lettuce and the tomatoes and the stuff like that from the yard. Now it's like, man, do you see so much sickness? It's crazy.
Right. I miss my dad since 20 because he had my stepfather, Jesse White, God rest his soul. He had us farming. He had us growing our food up until the year he passed away, which was 20. He had a garden in the backyard across the street from the office where I always look over there at that backyard.
Mhm.
He had us growing the whole backyard. He had us growing food where we grew watermelon, we grew corn, we grew peas, we grew all the different types of greens, everything. We grew everything. And he always taught us, and we continue. We still know the cycle. And when you was just saying that, I said, I think I'm gonna get back to that. Actually, even if I go to one of these places and give me a little steak in the garden,
Mhm.
but start growing them vegetables back. Because when you really think about it, they put a lot of stuff in this stuff. And like he was saying, them chickens that sit there, them chickens that sit in them coops, they poop and all that and be eating all that.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So it's just like, you really think about. And then another thing about chickens and cows, it also matters on the way you kill them too.
Yeah.
If they are strained and stressed out when you kill them, that meat is strained and
Yeah.
stressed out.
Huh?
So it's gonna be hard to process.
Huh?
So you can look all these things up.
It's,
I
it's
mean,
fact.
yeah. So we gonna go on a break. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices, WNOV, 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We'll be back.
already know it's Black History Month, so we just gonna keep pumping it out, man. Doing what we do. We want to thank everybody that's been contributing some way, form, or fashion. I've been seeing things going across the city, just contributing to represent Black history like we got to keep showing that it's not only just a month for us, but it is also the culture, is actually the movement. That's who we are. We are history in the making ourselves.
We ain't gonna even talk about they gave us the shortest money in the year, but yeah.
We ain't even gonna go there because that's just giving them too much of the energy. We just gonna keep showing them just like we do all year round. That
I got a question for y'all. I'm not sure. I thought I read this, but just a quick question. It's just and to the community, you could call in 414-444-5253. Did Trump cancel some of the African American holidays?
I think he rescinded it. I think he just decided like that. I think he did at first, or cancel not just the Black holidays, but just holidays in general, like American Women Month and Spanish Heritage Month and all the months. He was pretty much, anything that was deemed to be, I guess, gender or race based. He pretty much,
because he want to stop funding to schools that do race theory as well. So it's a lot going on, y'all. We gotta pay attention. This is one 4-year term that I'm an independent, nonpartisan with our organization, Wisconsin Jobs Now. We gotta pay attention to what these people are doing in office, because they are really doing some stuff to our culture, and it's putting cultures upon cultures. Like they have you really worry about they can send the immigrants back, but guess where they gonna go next when they finish wrangling them up, and they known to already then wrangled up some American citizens because they were talking Hispanic and they were Puerto Rican, which is a territory of America. But just seriously, we got to start thinking about when they get done wrangling up everybody else, who do you think they're going to come after next? He already doing things on the sly, affirmative action, DEI. You just really think about these things.
And what kind of tripped me out, I saw on the news that he struck a deal that, what is it, El Salvador or whatever that country is, that would take these illegal immigrants and even some criminals from the U.S. that's U.S. citizens. He was talking about deporting them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they was saying that they don't know if that's legal, that if he can deport an actual U.S. citizen.
By the creed and the Constitution, it ain't legal, but hey,
but he doing what he wants.
They do what they want to. You hit it. You said it. I didn't.
Just imagine somebody that's from here getting sent to a whole nother country, and you deported to this country. You don't have no way to get back. None of that stuff. Like how what?
Man, look.
Who are you to revoke their American shit? I mean, seriously,
citizenship.
Yeah. I said American shit. My bad. Citizenship. It's just same different. I'm like, how can you? This just fluttered my head. Like, who give you the right to say redeem who could and could not live in America?
Yeah, dude, it's something else.
Yeah, it's a lot. On a lighter note, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because I got some other stuff for y'all.
Okay.
Y'all just was going deep and y'all was about to make folks call in like crazy, but you can call in and talk to Toya, 414-444-5253. If you feel like you want to sit, keep it real with Toya in the Keep It Real with Toya hour, go on ahead. We probably gonna get some calls real quick before we take the call. I do want to, shout out Black History Month, like I said. So I want to just, I like hitting different angles, Toya. Like, we got so many people, and one of our listeners today is from Queens, and I'm going to shout out some people from Queens, New York, who are legends in Black history. So let's go with the first person that I didn't even know was from the New York area. Well, Al Roker is one. I don't know if he's from Queens, but we're gonna shout out Al Roker. Al Roker is a 13 Emmy-winning time Emmy Today Show host and weatherman. And Al Roker was born in New York, but you know, I just want to shout out him. But I didn't know Ella Fitzgerald was actually from Queens. Yeah.
New York.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, y'all know who Ella Fitzgerald is. She made history in African American women to win the first African American women to win a Grammy. The singer will go on to win 13 Grammys and sell more than 40 million albums. And this was on hard copy. So you know this is real deal, no streaming, like they said yesterday. Sales over streams.
Yeah.
This is what she was doing. And back in the day, Fitzgerald recorded more than 200 albums and 2,000 songs in her lifetime. Her total record sales exceeded 40 million, which would be worth hundreds of $millions today. Hundreds of millions of dollars. She won also the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and Fitzgerald passed away from stroke and diabetes complications in 1996. But I just want to shout out Queens and some of y'all. Besides, you know, y'all got Nas and 50 Cent and all the other legends that are Black history legends as well. But you know, we just wanted to make sure we shouted out you know, the folks over there doing their thing in Queens. So shout out to Queens and shout out to New York. And we're gonna be bringing in like little Black history bits and probably do another one today. I told you, if you got somebody you want to shout out as well, anybody for Black history, we just want to keep it fresh. You said we got a call?
Got 2 calls.
We got 2 calls. All right, y'all, come on. Calls, bring it in. Let's do it.
Caller, you on the air?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You know, I enjoy listening to y'all, but I just got to ask you a question. Why are we getting in the middle of some white folk fighting with the tariffs and them sending them people back? What business is it of ours? Now we'll use it. Hold on once. We'll use this argument. But what they gonna do next? They're gonna send us back. Listen.
Everybody said they was gonna send me back nowhere. I ain't say it was gonna send us back. I said what next they gonna do to us, and the things that they are taking from the people in our community are very hurtful for our
And
community.
you asked the question, Mister. You asked the question, Meech, why are we getting involved in white folks' problem? For the simple fact that they are including us into this whole situation. When you
give me an example,
hold on.
brother.
I'm about to. Hold on.
Me
Give me a second, brother. Give me a second. I'm about to tell you. Now, when you got this whole thing of him going through gutting DEI and saying that he need white competent people in position, that is hold on. No. Let me finish, brother. Hold on. I'm gonna turn you down so I can finish. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because I got the button so I can turn you down, brother. You just asked the question, so I'm gonna tell you. He's tearing apart DEI because he want white people in position. He don't want women there. He don't want Black people or people of color there. So all of this stuff that's happening, what Trump is doing is affecting us, because after he get rid of these other people, he's going down the line. He has a list. This man stood there and said he don't know nothing about this 2025 Project 25. And this man is doing exactly what's in Project 2025. And Meech, for you to call in, sometimes, man, I got an issue with you, man. Sometimes I'm cool with you, but sometimes I got an issue with you because you call in on foolishness just to spark this stuff. Some of the stuff that Trump is doing, I feel like you doing to us. Because you call in and you want to play the fence and all this other tracks, and you know he ain't good. So I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna turn you back up so you can say what you got. Okay.
Another example for what happened in that control tower.
Yeah.
He literally said that was because of affirmative action and DEI. Had it not been they not been hired by DEI, then because they were the head of that station was African American.
So he's going after Black people. He's going after women. And me, so you call in on this foolishness, man, which is crazy to me. And ask them dumb questions, man. And you know better than that. But brother, I'm gonna let you share what you got to share, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, now, brother, I've been listening to you. Now you see a DEI. See what it is that I keep it real. First of all, let me explain something to you, man. I'm a real player.
How?
Okay, I'm a real one. I'm not no fake one. I
How?
don't want.
Real recognize
Okay,
real means.
I
So
would
you
tell
talking to a real one right now,
Okay,
bro?
but no. You ain't on my level, man.
Okay, bye.
You're not on my level. I already know that for a fact.
Next caller,
Next caller.
because we all on the same
We
level.
can't- yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
man.
Hey, you ain't finna put me in the ground like that, bro, because I'm the right one. So next, there you go. Holla at JT.
Hey, excuse me, Action Wisconsin. That was interesting.
Hey,
Oh, hey, Action Wisconsin. I know sometimes I get it wrong by referring to you as Action Wisconsin. Did I get it right?
You still got it wrong, JT, but we know what you
Right,
said.
right.
No, no,
Wisconsin
no.
voices.
Hey, Jermaine,
Your voice with Wisconsin voices.
Tell me how to do it right.
it's Wisconsin voices. But to be honest with you, you got a good point. We do keep the actions going.
That part.
Okay, but I didn't want to be disrespectful. So, Action Wisconsin, bless your hearts. And Latoya, thank you for being there, dear. And who's that young man that I heard earlier that came on the first time? Young man,
Brian,
Oh yeah, it's me, Brian.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
Young man, just want to say thank you, Brian.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for calling
Thank
in.
you.
We appreciate you.
Keep keeping it real. But I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about Donald Trump, right?
yes.
Now you know he's trying to take away. He got Elon Musk there from out of nowhere. He found him somewhere. They're trying to take away. Tell them for real about education. They're trying to take education away from us,
Yeah.
schools, and our funding and stuff like that.
Hello.
Hello, is that me or you?
That's here, JT. Keep going, bro.
Okay, can I keep going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Jermaine, come on now.
Hey, man.
You know.
Tell it like it is, man.
You know. And thank you, Jermaine, because you're absolutely doing that. And shout out to the double legend, Mr. What's his name? I'm messing with Mr. Devo, right?
Debo.
I'm messing with double legend, Mr. Devo. But in a way, Latoya and Brian, I just want to thank you for being there and telling the truth and telling it like it is. And Jermaine, thank you, sir. But come on now, they trying to erase us.
Yeah.
Now they talk about DEI.
Yeah.
Well, where did DEI started from? It started from us back in the 60s. Well, not me, because I probably wasn't even born yet. Believe it or not, I might be old, but I wasn't born yet when there was a black woman she was called back in the days. This black woman was called Miss Thurman. Okay. What was her name?
Thurman?
Who was that?
Who? Val Phillips?
No, well, I met Miss Bill Phillips back in the days. I didn't know who she was because back in those days, she was came with Dr. Howard Fuller on 76 Capitol to a place I was working at.
Oh, okay.
That's why I met Mr. But I'm talking about
JT,
yes,
real quick.
Thurman, okay?
Yeah.
And
Hey, Ms. JT, I don't want to cut you off, sir. We kind of the lines kind of back to back right now. Could you give us a call?
I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, my brother. We appreciate you for calling in. We just trying to get the folks in before we got a couple calls in. But yeah, we want to finish this. Hold that thought, and then just let us get these calls, and we'll come back to you in the mix. Thank you, caller. You're on the air of Be a Voice Radio, Wisconsin Voices. Thanks for calling in. Who is this?
This is Lakeisha Myers. Hello, how are you all today?
Oh,
Hi, Ms. Myers.
I'm doing well. First of all, I just wanted to say that Meech was off base, of course, with not understanding how tariffs could impact people in the United States. We are an interglobal society, so therefore the price of production, we cannot survive on our own because we don't produce enough.
thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
So that's the first thing. So when you look at NAFTA and our neighbors to the north and to the south, it would hurt dairy farmers in the state of Wisconsin because they actually produce the bulk of cheese and dairy in California as well as the other states. So most of the things that we export go to Mexico.
Mhm.
So you have to think about that with the increasing prices that already exist because of inflation. But if you add 25%, 50% tariff because of a trade war going back and forth, between Canada and the United States or Mexico and the United States,
Them companies
you
not
won't
gonna
be
pay
able to
for
afford
that.
anything.
Yep. The
So
companies
you're
not gonna pay
basically
for it.
wrecking the economy in the interim
You,
and then
you are
lowering the
correct.
value of the dollar,
Yeah.
which does not help us on the global stage when it comes to the power of the dollar, which is one of the only things that has sustained us going forward.
You are right. Thank you,
Yeah, that's
Representative
real. We
Myers.
appreciate that.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, so he asked the question.
And I
why are
did get
we-
her shout out. Let me she sent me something to let everybody know. One of the candidates for the Wisconsin State Superintendent will be at Tuesday evening, which is tonight, at Villard Square Library at 5190 North 35th Street, from 6 to 8 p.m. And that's Dr. Jeff Wright, which is a candidate of the Wisconsin State Superintendents, and you can have a conversation with him, tap into his mind, see what his ideas is, see where he's going with the education system for our school system for our children. So you can go there tonight at Villard Square Library at 5190 North 35th Street from 6 to 8 p.m. And thank you, Rhett Myers. And like she touched on, that was really true. It's like you trying to pull, and that's what you talking about a player. Yeah, you trying to play to be known. You playing the fence just to be known and to have your voice out there. Because to be truthful, you trying to put wool over these people's head to know, because you actually know now that you voted for somebody that really don't care about you.
Exactly.
So you gonna keep trying to make points. So now is why we're fighting
trying to
with these
justify
white
you,
people.
yeah.
Why we getting in these white people fight? We live in America.
Not only that,
it matters for us what he do in America.
Not only that, but he got involved in the white folks fight when you got to pushing their narrative and their agenda.
Right.
So you got involved yourself. Then when you got talking about Trump is going to do this and Trump is going to do this and we going to be all right. And now some of them same folks that voted for Trump is now like, oh, hold up. We losing our jobs and we're going to be affected. And I thought he was going to make it great again. He's making it great for the people that's part of the $1 billion club. You're not part of the $1 billion boys club. So
because who all did he actually put back in there? Who is all his
people
cabinet?
with money?
People with money. White people with money, to be clear about it.
Yeah.
White people with money. And like Rhett Myers was saying, economists warned that the tariffs will hurt America's business consumers. It's gonna hurt your shoes. The cost of your shoes gonna go up.
Everything, yeah.
Car parts gonna go up. Steel going up.
Milk.
Electronics going up. Milk.
Yeah.
You already paying $5 for some eggs. So
Yeah.
like computer equipment, all jewelry. It's
I mean, that's
so much finna go up.
It's everything that these companies, and this is what it comes down to. It's just basic. It's pretty basic economics. They're not going to pay for it. They're not going to pay the tax. You're going to pay the tax.
Right. It's
supply and demand.
Yeah.
And
When have
what
times in
business?
history-
What business do you know actually occur to taxes? They're gonna the cost, the high cost.
Put it on the
They're
consumer.
gonna put it on the consumer.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
That's just it. Caller, you're on the air. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. Ain't nobody surprised. We know what we was getting into with those nummies who voted for that fool.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, lame weight, because when you thought you was outdoing somebody black, you weren't doing nothing but hurting yourself.
Say it again.
When you thought you was outdoing somebody black, you weren't doing nothing but hurting yourself.
Exactly.
I mean,
because most of y'all poorer than us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually was getting on here when they was running. Meech was saying, well, she wasn't a black woman.
Pushing the narrative.
This percentage of her ain't black, and this, like, come on.
He said
now.
Trump was going to bring greatness back to the White House. Trump was going to do this for us, and he going to do this for black people. And
now
Democrats
is
ain't did
what
nothing
is
for
it
black
now?
people. So now,
why we
White
getting in,
people, ice is colder too.
listen here.
right?
Now
Why
you
is we
see,
getting in these white people war?
but now you see
Hey,
exactly what this
can
cat
you
is
hear
doing.
ignorance when you listen to it?
Yeah. player.
Oh player. You was a real player.
Right.
Stay right back where in the corner. You wrote the hole. You crawled out and go back up in it.
Yeah, played him for a fool.
You played
Really?
yourself for real.
Played yourself.
I just be laughing every time. I mean, I couldn't get in last time. He be tripping. He said, no, he's a fool. Well, why he keep calling the station, making a fool out of himself?
Man,
Because each point that he try to argue, every day you see something
he
different.
doing that on purpose.
To where it looks ridiculous
Yeah.
on what he's saying, and you saying you a player, you trying to pull the wool over people's head.
Over sheep
We're
eyes.
trying, yeah, really trying to act like you made a great decision to
Listen.
vote for him and see how he destroying this country.
I'm gonna tell you this:
Really?
you can't talk slick to a can of
Country.
oil.
Mm.
That's one thing for sure. You can't talk slick to a can of oil. So for him to
real.
call and talk slick and all this other stuff, like, man, come on, man. But you know that what you're saying is wrong. You know it's gonna affect us because if gas go up and if these people are already struggling now with the prices, just imagine how they're gonna struggle even more if it goes up even more. They already struggling.
Because you got to think about
Right.
it when the
Hey,
gas
the
go
white
up.
man said he gonna lower the prices though.
They already said
already
that
in
gas
a
was gonna
war.
go up.
And if people didn't know Trump was the biggest liar in the
For
world,
real.
The Midwest,
from
they
the
already-
beginning and fall for that okie doke.
yeah.
You hit it on the head because like now these turf wars, the gas is gonna go up, so all
Yep.
all
gonna go up.
your product and consume your consumer is gonna hit that cost, and it's gonna happen because they're not gonna be able, like it did before when gas skyrocketed, they're not gonna be able to support gassing these trucks up with that expensive diesel fuel. And then you don't even want people to have electric cars,
Right.
like
So-
none of this.
We got another caller coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks
have
for
a good
calling.
one.
We appreciate it.
too.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
your,
Caller, you on the air.
text caller.
Be a Voice Radio, Wisconsin Voices. You on the air?
Just want to tell you guys thank you for the work that you're doing in the black community to educate people that need to hear your voices.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
And then also the Bible says you will know a fool by their words.
By they
Mhm.
words. Amen.
You know, you guys just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to get all kind of spirits that's going to come at you because you're trying to develop and grow a base that needs your help.
Thank
Right.
you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Appreciate
we
that.
know.
'Cause
Thank you.
you are right.
You're right. Because it takes a lot to.
We all need
Right.
each other help and educate each other to
and,
do
and
better.
especially in Milwaukee, when it comes
especially
to
in our
politics in Milwaukee, because a lot of people
Yeah.
just don't care to listen to it because they don't affect them. They think they don't affect them directly until it really hit them, like we seeing now. So everybody now is is feeling it, and not just the black people in the city. We obviously see every little group is getting touched in some way or another. But we really appreciate your recognition. Thank you so much.
And the whole crazy thing is some of the people that feel like me, that's like, well, why are we getting involved? Some of the people that was in position that is losing their jobs. So you no longer have your job because they cutting stuff, they taking stuff away, and you thought because by Trump being in office, it wasn't going to affect you. Surprise.
Yeah. I even just talked. I talked about it real quick before I wanted to see what y'all got your views on this last topic that I got for y'all. But even just with the other week with Medicaids and all the systems being shut down, all the people that were just not paying attention, they were saying what they were going to do, and then all of a sudden, we were saying this way all through last year, all through late what was that, late spring. I mean, excuse me, really all last year, but we were saying everything that was going to happen. And now we're talking about what we're seeing for these first, what was it now? How many days?
It ain't even been 100 days.
No.
It ain't
even been 30. It ain't even been 30.
I was finna say that.
It hasn't been 30.
No, I'm about to say it's been 15 yet. Is it 15?
I think tomorrow.
What's
would
it?
be
What day was
15,
that?
'cause
The
20th.
19th, the 20th. Yeah,
20th.
So
Yeah, so what's
today
the
or
third?
tomorrow probably 15 days.
Yeah, so we just
And look
saying.
at all the stuff he
Right.
already screwed up.
One
took
more.
away.
I had another thing for y'all real quick before we get up out
Show
of here.
true racism.
So President of El Salvador offered on Monday, if y'all seen this, he offered I don't know if y'all know about El Salvador, but I watch a lot of Nat Geo, and I watch their documentaries and about their prison. If you haven't seen them, everybody check this out. So the president of El Salvador offered on Monday to jail convicted criminals deported by the United States, a move that won praise from Secretary of State Marco Rubio, to cite questions about whether it is legal or even possible.
That's what I'm saying.
So we have offered the United States of America the opportunity to outsource part of its own prison system.
Yeah. And you know how the prison system
hey,
is in El
Check this
Salvador.
out. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, they got a mega prison, not a super prison. They have a mega prison there. So the president, I think his name Bukele, wrote on X saying his government was willing to take in convicted criminals, including U.S. citizens, for a fee. And this is where I got tripped out about it, because I seen this last night on Instagram. He says the fee will be relatively low for the U.S., but significant for us, making our entire prison system sustainable.
Yep.
So he's saying, like, look, y'all can
US
catch
gonna
this
pay.
bag. Y'all
Yep.
can pay for this bag. And this is aligning with Trump was saying, talking about he wants to take people that's been convicted here and put them. And that right there is just to me, that would be a crime against like a humanitarian crime, because you're taking people from one
that's
from
legally
one,
in
a
this
citizen
country
and taking them, trying to
and
put them in El
taking them and
Salvador.
put them in another country in
Yeah.
a prison.
Because he's
Yeah.
hoping
That's-
that they get lost in the system.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's what would happen. You would get lost down there
Yeah.
and killed.
Yeah.
and killed.
Right. So I guess next week we'll
And I
get-
wonder, I'm gonna ask this just unique question, and
What's
then we
up?
can go. I guarantee you, a lot of those prisoners are gonna be of color.
That's why. Yeah.
I'm sure.
So yeah, that's a whole nother subject. We don't want to get into that. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. So next week we're gonna bring you back some new partners from the community. We want to keep pumping this and let y'all know that we are big on bringing in the partnerships, whether it's organizing or whatever we're doing. We'll have two, and then we'll finish talking about what's going on in, locally in Milwaukee and the changes that we'll see coming from downtown and beyond. You're on Be a Voice Radio with Brian and Latoya. God bless y'all. Until next week, be safe.